Mimo obi bia akwaba eba Melodies TV so insio egu ewo Ghana na insio na egu no metro eye nyankopon na wakasa na yebehe say MPP for ade a wo se wo beye no omo beye ana. Now let me give you an update. We've been on Chema Wontumi nsem ne so. We hear Chema Wontumi nsem na it looks like every single hour eye na new update eba. It's ma sheda na me twen what you say. Inti me twen me gada ebia insem ni nyina na me de ni nyina bremo me mpese me ye ne say I am just videoing stories after stories after stories, so I'm just bringing you where we ended and then where we've gotten to. Ye ended ye no and then my stories too on Chema Wontumi bako and say ye say two sureties e japade 50 million MPP 4 a wo mo japade 50 million emba mbesi anemu ma Chema Wontumi. Na me sanso de bako bremo ye say Baomia. Now the update is that Baomia campaign team ako EOCO for ho a omo akwa visit Chema Wontumi. MPP MPs so enda me no ka say omo aye a short demonstration, omo aye walk a omo akọ bibi a Chema Wontumi EOCO office so a omo say yen release Chema Wontumi a enya dia wo mo be kofie omo MPP MPs no omo beda ewo EOCO enim ho until say ye be release Chema Wontumi. Yenim say say ndrechi na parliament omo eba from recess a omo koye. And that ye be hwan say MPP MPs no aba parliament omo buefu led by Afenyo Markin yenim. Afenyo last be obi frame say nancy enti Afenyo Markin bi man parliament omo mba bi nam say omo ko recess. Nti omo ba na Afenyo Markin odi ahoden shemu na Afenyo Markin no ahode a odi shemu no I know where he got it from. Enra Kennedy Japan ye interview. Ena Kennedy Japan ka say Emra na MPP 4 person moche ato force in tum no. Time bia na ato force in obeko court bia no na NDC MPs ewo parliament no. Na NDC 4 e boycott. Inti Kennedy Japan ma MPP 4 adwen se wo monso nhya ase anya sa. Inti enda me hu sa Afenyo Markin yesa na anya me wanwa because Afenyo Markin no Kennedy Japan adam for pan. Inti enda Afenyo Markin ba parliament no eno ka say ehene ha aden mo money bill a mo say 50 million bill no mate say wenya one surety won say ndra me ka tem say Kennedy Japan ko ho inti minim say surety no Kennedy Japan na wagine mu ama ne dia be yesi wenya one surety je say wenya nipa ba ko a ne japade no eduru 50 million Ghana cedis a wogine mu ama Chema Wontumi. But the other person a wo mo benya no adane asem na you see MPP 4 amemo we amubu 8 years no Wontumi ntre yen say wo bi eni wa woni 50 million Ghana cedis 50 million Ghana cedis and they convert $5 million. Wontumi ntre me say MPP 4 mumu bi eni wa wo ejapa oni ejapade $5 million for Ghana ha. But you see the reason why most of them no they don't want to come out. Some of the be surety ama Chema Wontumi ne say once you present it you are availing yourself for examination. Ebia na say sika na onya no we nya no kwan paso. Nti o de ba say o me we japade 50 million na ebia na EOCO for na later mo aba bechi ono so say unya sika we na odi nya japade 50 million. Nti ayedin say MPP for mo sika ni na no ebe ba abonten aba beka so okay me we japade 50 million me di ginemu ama Chema Wontumi. Nti omu ni no Wontumi. Nti it has been very difficult for Chema Wontumi and his lawyers to get the other person at least ye be hu ne say ne sika ne japade ye legit 50 million Ghana cedis. Ito omu hu say ayedin na se Chema Wontumi we nya sa bill sa de na ade bi a MPP 4 no Chema Wontumi obeka wo EOCO ho. And I've told you EOCO de wa ma bail condition utumi meet dia na wakofie but se wentumi meet a you are still there. Inti ehwa na Afenyo Markin ende oba parliament ba parliament agidi omo ni 50 million die ntia na ye ma Chema Wontumi bail 50 million ne board ndodo ye nte so omo nye omo mpene 50 million MPP ni bi eni ho a wo 50 million ne da ho oni MPP fo ni ani ejapade 50 million dia omo nya de omo ka no omo nye yesesa ehon no mo ka se wo mo boycott parliament enya de a wo mbetena parliament until say ye be release Chema Wontumi omo boycott parliament. Nti omo si krum eno mo nante ye from Parliament House to EOCO enende bebi akwa kodu no omo se wo mo beda EOCO until say be release Chairman Wontumi. No more can say na nsuo hye ase say eto. Me sure say what say nsuo to. So monya ka say omo beda EOCO ho na e na nsuo ahye ase say eto. Nti ye he nsuo na afiansa ahye ase. Se mu ye den a ye be he say Afenyo Markin NPP MPs no omo beda EOCO ho until say ye be release Chairman Wontumi na ye be he ati ase. Nti no problem. But that is basically the story, the rundown. What I say. So now we are going to go into the articles, and then I've given you the brief. Now we are going to go into the articles, and then I give you details, and then we read comments, and then listen to what Ghanaians are saying. So we'll read comments on Afenyo Markin raising the issue in Parliament, what Ghanaians are saying, and then we'll also talk about work now. The Ghana for work, and then sisi ano womo kasa womo beda EOCO enim ho nti 3 issues. Womo se womo beda EOCO enim ho nti sequentially what you say. But let me bring you the story on EOCO now womo se womo beda ho no. Now see, the minority leader in Parliament, Alexander Afenyo Markin, has declared that new patriotic party members of Parliament will boycott parliamentary proceedings and sleep at the Economic and Organized Crime Office in solidarity with detained MPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Nchubu, also known as Chairman Wontumi. Do you know one thing the state security could do at this point? Adia bakwa state security no ombe. You see, at this point no, what they could do they say the next in line it was a EOCO for no EOCO for and state security be fufrobi be a special prosecutor or someone and kongo chase any pakrono. Me see media mate say you say the next person in line Nanabi, and the way saying Nanabi will lead the wash the pencil try. After say walk no warrior wa breast time. Nanabi wash the pencil try no ye walk wa breast time. Wa breast war. And omoye walk no. You see Nanabi no next in line. That's what I heard. If indeed it is true, no problem. If it's not true to notifying. But no quarry say Nanabi or ye next in line, no problem. Yan chinun count state security for front chin and near her into no more better mumu saying because it's here no the Chief Justice in some more trade because Chairman Wontumi aba or when said that be Chairman Wontumi who he has in Chief Justice no. So they've left the Chief Justice to her own fate, and now they are fighting for Chairman Wontumi. Inti ye ba bechi obi ti se Nanabi so ade no meye ombeja Chairman Wontumi no makọ Nanabi so ana we wait to see. But this is the time I was a state security to more align you more up no almost strike it at here. Now see, until EOCO does the right thing, we on the MPP side will protest by absenting ourselves from Parliament and joining him. We are all going to sleep there with him, Afenyo Markin said on the floor of Parliament on Thursday, May 30th. Omo beda Parliament or sorry, omo beda EOCO. Omo ne Chairman Wontumi na beda EOCO. I said the walkout follows EOCO's decision to hold Wontumi in custody after he failed to meet a 50 million Ghana cedi bill requirement with 2 sureties. Terms his legal team describes as excessive. Wontumi was arrested on May. It's MPP 4% and say Muni in Japadi will chrome at 5 million. Hey, $5 million. MPP 4 and the MPP 4 Chairman Wontumi I say $5 million. Obia wo Japadi $5 million. So fambra ni enfanje Chairman Wontumi MPP 4% so will be any party no more $5 million. Musro say obi betwe ni ti a ye be bisa ne se wonya sika na we Incrof Brian asa Brian ne champion kra wo nti Brian champion ni se sika ne nanko oba beto e friend saying labadi omo contest as president ni na mbe so mtreso mu ni sa sika no ba omia wo ni sa sika no Brian ne champion wo ni bi educhum say wo munya president o mbedi into omu ni 5 million ejapade ebedu 5 million no mo person omu di president okroma mus omu risro na musro ne se mutwe muti a yebebisa muze munya sika na wa hinti musro mo pesa mo trese mu ni bi obi a claim so ni bi MVP4 me say former me assure say omo handle sports ministry and yes ministry of sports ne sa nyama omo kra betumi nya zezika no anti Nana B person trese only $5 million Nana B na wo he buffer eso edu baby na wo e friend say national service Nana B person trese we need $5 million Nana B we need $5 million hey MVP for we have yo Gabriel Trader could need $5 million. We have you MVP for you. Who was ever trying to say, and no why a day, my pay to me, and Jichema to me $5 million. And why a damn and that would be an MPP move between the Abba Jichema to me. Ijapade worth $5 million. Sir? Hey, MVP for hey, yati. You know. Also, Afenyo Markin criticized the bail conditions, questioning how a private citizen was expected to meet such a financial demand. We don't have 50 million Ghana cedis worth of properties. Where is he going to get it from? Nasa Afenyo Markin okra yesikeni. What at a very young age na babe than millionaire. Say me boa. Loan I say okokoji say $5 million was then now the year business. Say Afenyo Markin person say onya $5 million emma e friend saying fan konkoje and yes sika no utia o intimi nim say no na MPP for feel say u go tia $5 million and 50 million Ghana cedis nda bi o untia o in ejapade na ye de esi ho ama chema Wontumi awawa se onwane okodwane de a uti be hye intimi nim tu ida say wo musuro say omudi ekoko simu ema chema Wontumi e bia chema Wontumi be dwane na so mo japade no ahye ana se omo mpese ye ba be di omo echi se wunya sika ne we nti ye two things nti na tese wo mo kra no ehwa ye den kakra because seriously me I'm someone who will not pocket watch. I'm not going to do any form of pocket watching, but Afenyo Markin senior oye successful businessman no, I think that Afenyo Markin can't tell me that he doesn't have $5 million in properties in this country. I don't know. Maybe say onyanya idea, then it is a prophecy on him. Said that be obenya. Because Afenyo Markin level any $5 million there. Me who say also to me nyama ne bro so kra. Ati so me that's what I'm saying. Now I'll see Afenyo Markin criticized the bail conditions, questioning how a private citizen was expected to meet such a financial demand. We don't have 50 million Ghana cedi worth of properties. Where is he going to get it from? Hey, Chema Wontumi na Afenyo Markin and I walk say where is he going to? MPP for na mo kasa to say 50 million yesike biama. Where is he going to get it from? 50 million yesika mamo. Mu Bra mo bo kroma 50 million yesika mamo and then mu bisa Ghana for say where are we going to get it from? MPP from menya vision bi afa mo ho. Se mo bebo empire ye mo amwasem and the vision is this. Me hu vision bi na wo bi MPP atare ahye obi ena atare no atete. As to how you want to understand that vision, it is up to you. If you want to interpret it, it is up to you. But that is the vision I had. Unim say me so me vision there. I can't. Me say the vision is that MPP for obi ehye MPP atare. Me hu nipa ko nanim there. But she MPP atare. En atare na nipa ko na ehye no atete. To krum wom en atare na atete. Atete. So oti ase dia eye wa ujejireji onti ase nso dia eno nso wa ujejireji but MPP for you people will go through it ne tentini ne tietie mu a mo benhua na enya mo ne NDC for enenya mo ne Ghana for mo ne Kwame Nkrumah sunsum mo ne Ghana hum eni sunsum a ebo oman ne ho ban no enenya eya na nkrofo beka say oye Kristo ni ene danger na agidi say I mean in the Bible in the ohwe Daniel and na Daniel ebo mpaye na oye we no e ka den say na Nyankopon mpaye bo na Daniel obo no na answer na ɛwɔ sɛ wonya no ɛkyɛ because na honhom a ɛwɔ bebi a na Daniel Persia honhom a na ɛwɔ bebi a Daniel wɔwɔ no ɔsɔre tiaeɛ sɛ mempene ɛma soro abɔfo a wɔde answer na ebrɛ Daniel no mempene ɛma ne mba ti Nyankopɔn san so bɛfrɛ so abɔfo foforɔ ɛna saa so abɔfo foforɔ no ɔne honhom no ba bɛkoeɛ ɛna Daniel ba bɛnya ne answer enti ɔman bia wɔ honhom a ɔbɔ ɔman ne ho ban ɔman ne bi wɔ hɔ a wɔn honhom no yɛ honhom pa ebi mu wɔ hɔ a wɔn honhom no yɛ honhom bɔne ɔman bia community bia yɛ honhom ɔwɔ honhom community bia ɛwɔ that is why if you go to a certain community you see a trait a certain lifestyle in that community ɛyɛ honhom a wɔwɔ community no mu no community bia ne ɔman bia wɔ honhom nti MPP for honhom ɛbɔ Ghana ho ban no we gamo ne bu afum rough Kwame Nkrumah honhom we gamo ne bu afum rough intimacy the vision obi hye MPP atare atete tokruntukru wom atare na atete e de hye ne na tokruntukru as to how you want to understand it no but me the American say you people will smell it and you will see it mo you go through it and to say MPP be back no say mo nsua nyansa na nka de be kamusa MPP for you smell it take it from me Inti no, no. Afenyo Markin say he insisted the protest is not an attempt to obstruct justice, but a call for fairness and equal treatment under the law. Do your work, but respect the law. He cautioned EOCO. When it got to this matter of Chairman Wontumi, Parliament was united. You see, on the MPP for these days, no, if they sit back and realize they can't pinpoint any law infringement on Chairman Wontumi Nsemneso. Is it against the laws of this country say bail na ye dia to Chairman Wontumi so no? Any kwan say wonya sa bail na is it a law against this country? O say bail ne so dodo yente so ma no. Ghana ni bi akwa kokun obi. Ghana ni bi akwa korobe. Eno no nso yama ne bail condition. Say bia ono ne de no surety of 200,000 Ghana cedis. Ghana ni bia kwa we aponche. Ono so ne bail condition surety of 1,000 Ghana cedis. Wenya. Into ono so betumi aka say bail no monte so mamia obiane ne de obiane ne chefa. So if it is against the laws of this country, say bail conditions na ye de ama Chairman Wontumi no eye etiambra. Afenyo Markin yenimu no now we can go Supreme Court. What is preventing you from running to the Supreme Court now? And Ghana afe mbre ni hobium. MPP for munye party a muma Ghana for GD say mo de mu ni membra mo ye party of lawyers mu ni membra munye sa party ni bium. Are you not that party again? If you feel say Chairman Wontumi ade ayede ye no entwa ye why are you not running to the court? Why is it that Chairman Wontumi nankasa ne lawyers no? Because the lawyers no mo ye astute lawyers o. Godfrey Dame and the Apia Kubi. Why are the lawyers not going to court and they are not going to tell the judge say conditions are there much Chairman Wontumi too much into yente so? And you feel this is going to cause anything? Me say eno hunti na ensure asha ase to no. Eya mo say Nyankopon wo ya alanta. No wa ba bebo ni sulia. Eya mo se nyame wo ya alanta no wa bobo afa ni sulia. Nti enda mo se mo beda EOCO, Nyankopon si okay ye behwe. Insu asha ase to. Sa na adenta kumi was it adenta kumi. Sa ye chi no ye beda insu sha ase to na afi aka ne ma mepe. Mo ne o mu ne obia akogya no. Obi agya ne gya no. Nti enda de ye behwe I'm waiting for the sight of Afenyo Markin sleeping in the rain in front of EOCO. I can't wait for that sight. It's basically that is that now. Send me kind. You read the comments you heard here. Ghana for air. What are Ghanaians telling Chairman? You see, sometimes I like to read comments because you need to know the feel what people are saying about what you are doing. What you are saying. You read the comment you heard here. Ghana for Afenyo Markin. I say they have decided to defend their loot We need a stronger hand by the government to deal with anyone who interferes with the work of state security. Close down the roads around EOCO. I say, can their pay be deducted for not doing their core duties as MPs? Accountability should apply across board. So a idea pound say MPB. Yes, idea say MPs MSC. Let us champion that thing. MPs MSC Parliament are yentin free omu pay mu. Because we know the salary our moje. It's yen calculated by a time or also a parliament. Or may say out a yenti ana nke beboa ka we di omo aye no mu hu say yes. Obi say ha or say it's Wontumi a parliamentarian. Are they working for the nation or for a political party? Can their salaries be withheld? Can we the citizens petition for the removal? This may be our chance to clear this remaining lot from parliament. Or say if EOCO dare varies or lowers the bill conditions regarding Nchubu Isiako, they will hear from us citizens. Such impunity, they should go and cover 50 million Ghana cedis. Listen, and this is my message to EOCO. The head of EOCO, no, let me show you who the head of EOCO is. I'm going to take you through a memory lane. Now the head of EOCO, no, say ni refia yebe kaino. The head of EOCO, Mebe Tremo. The head of EOCO, Abrantie bia, ye freno, Raymond Acha. Let's read the story. Somewhere around last month, and I appointed, Raymond Acha appointed acting executive director of EOCO. Oni Abrantie we friend Raymond Acha. Now Raymond Acha no him the MPP for the year no. In Kufuor era, right? Journalist na oha Kufuor expose Kufuor era. Abrantie we are na friend Raymond Acha. In fact, ono no babe release recorded tapes. Semuni amokaya me reaction of recorded tapes of Chebi Pape Atachia recorded tape of Atachia and now Wamoka said the then Chief Justice no coach you almost say time na NDC win election and MPP for one person be hand over me NDC and no Moka say Wamonko Supreme Court no Wamonko stop it at Amels na Omokwa Chief Justice ni coach you said this is the process judge ba could be so moba monye ni judge muni amoka sa me ye was Senate Talks Politics ni so me ye sa reaction on Senate Talks Politics yes Raymond Acha and as that time Kufuor time no or this are leaked tapes ni na ba bonten the leaked tape of MPP for air plan say omonkonko fa dead bodies efunu no mo fa nkonko to voter region no mo twa ntron to NDC for so said the entire man NDC winning election say omukum MPP for agents ewo voter region into Supreme Court mbo asem ningu. It was part of their plan. Nipa kra wo di leak tape ne ba bonti Ghana 14 na no Raymond Acha. Na MPP for buy President Akufo-Addo buy no MPP for ka say wo Raymond Acha de wo di ye Kufuor time ne ye remfi ye ya ba dia ye betwe waso so time na Raymond Acha MPP for buy no na Raymond Acha we jai journalism wa retire wa journalist ejuma afe wa kwakopɛ asase ewo trade fair and we see a printing company, in fact one of the biggest printing companies in the whole of Africa na onya gigs from outside Ghana companies eba be printing ade free ne from outside Ghana MPP for buy no mo ba be bubu ne printing firm no. Let me show you what happened to Raymond Acha. Raymond Acha's company. MPP for ade omo de yes Abrantie we Raymond Acha. Nti ende se Raymond Acha ya na adwen say o be fine fence pity or be fine pity on chairman Wontumi aye kind of say wono no yenya pity won so. He is the head of EOCO. Any ni company nini ye bubu no ni mfidie nini na ahyem ye bubu no without thinking twice. Nimfidie ni bibia. Sorry, one day bubu egu nimfidie ni so. Multi-million. In fact, sad day ne kra no se wakwa akofa infidie bia ba million worth. Ana ye kofo obi efiri kro foforo aba be configure san infidie na ma no. Nini na yaba be bubu no. Bubu no Remonacha ye mobo and the MPP. Wankasa oyekom eno ka say enya hwe nemre beba. This is what the MPP did to Remonacha. Let me show you more. We am drawing something at here. Any demolition in 2020, 17 February 2020, I say demolition of my factories unacceptable. Raymond Archer. As a former news editor of the Enquirer newspaper, Raymond Archer has described the demolition of his printing press at the International Trade Fair Center as unacceptable. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Universal Labels and Packaging Co. Limited and Color Planet Limited, the court had placed an injunction to stall the demolition exercise. Here, court had injunction to MPP for Sokrase, Momun Bubu Raymond Archer, ne dying, but they still went on to break it. The company, no, court the injunction to also. Today, these people are marching and they are crying. Say, hey, the law should work, the law should work. You see what they did to now the acting director of EOCO? See, he noted that he legally acquired the property. Therefore, the actions of the authorities are unjustifiable. Now, omububu no, omuka say omububu because omu ye remodel of trade fair. Omu see trade fair for ende okowa. They didn't do anything. They didn't do any remodeling of the trade fair. International say otanhunu eni dibubu no. See, about a year ago, they said that they wanted to redevelop the trade fair. We were happy about the news because it came to a point where we tenants had to bring light here and things were not the best. They then told us that in redeveloping the place, we had to leave the place. But I pointed it out to them that we didn't come here by our own accord. We applied for this land. You, Trade Fair, gave us permits and supervised the construction. So even if you want to redevelop the place, you must either include us in the redevelopment plan or alert us about the issue for us to evacuate. He added, but they said they were not interested in anything because they wanted us to leave for them to bring their own businesses here. Commenting on what he would do after the demolition exercise, the CEO said his legal team will handle the issues to see that justice prevails. At the end of the day, Raymond Archer didn't get any justice. Until say NDC winnie, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said, oh, Raymond, bra, me were appointment man, kona koshe iwoku, because kufuor time, sasa time na kufuor time no na social media ni ho, but still utumi ye investigation, ema utumi nya MPP for tapes, eba be boy magana for tie ye dia, ejuma no betumi aye, because EOCO no, obi a wo head no, also you obi a onim investigations ye. Nti kukomu asem ne krono nsem bi MPP for abono no wachi omo na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ede ne to ho as head of EOCO. Nti ende Raymond Archer se wo kai the MPP for the year wo na won so waba na wo de wo ye na nya boni o but wo chi wo mo nkrofo na ende Afenyo Markin na e ka tren se no hunti wo beda ho na wo Raymond Archer ka tren se because Afenyo Markin owo papa bi da so a wo se da bi wo beda nsiom ewo fence EOCO enim na wo ka tren se no hunti wo ti bill ni so a Raymond Archer ye ne obedi o because e ba ye no ye mu bi ni yesuma o embra na MPP for the boni we deal no ye mu bi yesuma o it ende omo ehun mobo even as you had an injunction and they didn't respect the courts, they weren't caught for contempt. No omo ehun mobo na ende wo waba now say Afenyo Markin hunti wo ba be hu chema Wontumi mobo say wo ba beti bail conditions so Raymond Archer ebufu aye de be ba so no e be foul me see ye mu bi yesuma wo na che say wa ma ye waste your tears it is up to you Raymond Archer eda wenim inti this is obi a worker says so mu nim no mo vary and now mo lower bail conditions na Raymond Archer lower bail conditions na ye be ba ha ba be kasa It's as simple as that. I see, I hope they rather go to EOCO to stand in as surety for Wontumi, because anything short of that is useless. Please, John Mahama, kindly hold up their daily mark from their salary whenever they go on this useless course as part of the resetting agenda. You want to protect the loot. Funny. I see, defending the loot is more important than serving their constituents in Ghana. Jimmy Pro Max. I see, the same thing happened in 1992 when the country needed them to be part of outlining the constitution of the country. They left and later started making claims about how bad the constitution is. We know them and their antics. I see, the funny thing is, you will see the NDC MPs begging them to come back. Such a weak political party. Also, no one needs them in parliament anyway. Their numbers don't matter. Inti parliament no more boycotting no. In some way also. Now, let's go to the comments on the work now. Wamo ye no. Wamo de call EOCO no. Na MPP for omo ye work no ko EOCO no. Unim de no omo ye. No more to MPP njum. It's not even national song. MPP njum. And a no more to. See, funny how these same men were on the street protesting against Galamsey. No more Kuntia Galamsey. And there, ya chubia is a financier of Galamsey. Ya. Mose Mumpene. I say, join us now. I say, the man destroyed our forest and you stop your work to march. Sad. I say, this march is for their personal interest. They know very soon they will be next in EOCO cell. I say, MPP there, they might last be that. Content Creators Party. I say, comic actors. I say, nation wreckers fighting against accountability. What happened to the rule of law? I say, lawlessness. If others had done this protest, Ghana police would say no permission was sought for. If anyone gets a case and we gather people to protest, how would the laws, the minority pass be implemented? You set laws and break it when it's used against you. Lawlessness. I say, you see how he pushed your reporter? I say, hey, so if this man is found guilty of all the accusations and gets sentenced to prison, what will you do? This is just an arrest to MPP. No. I say, are they going to fight? Or they will just march there and me chanting and be chanting party anthem? I say, His Excellency was right when he labeled them station boys. I say, concert caricatures. I say, they should go with their bed, sponge and towel. Me say, insure shall say to. Yenwe. Since you know emuye dinya. Omobeka. If he hasn't made the sureties for bail, how do they then release him? I thought it was simple logic. Meet them and go home. Why are his lawyers failing him? Therefore, if you wanted to know whatever is happening with Chairman Wontumi currently, with the details in our bro, share your comment box, but that's it.